Prepare for battle.
And we are now into the match indeed, and seeing KP throw off his fancy moves, playing on the position 3 Vengeful Spirit. So another one of those interesting little switch ups here. And it does also mean that we're more than likely going to have March actually getting farm playing a Venomancer. I don't know if I've ever seen March play Veno before. This is bizarre.
I mean, he's played a Pos 5 Enigma. You think the man can't greed? I mean, this game, I think the reason behind this move is because they don't want the Veno against the PL. Because the lane is very, very hard. They are trying to avoid that lane. That's why they want the bench call against the PL.
That is what you sound like.
Well, this kind of makes sense. It's one of those weird things as well where, I mean, we actually have to hold that thought because it looks like there's a lot of heroes down bottom.
Elk game, fight for the runes till you die.
Every single time. And Zephyr over to the side here already has that Nature's Grass queued up. Oh my gosh, Tim's gonna toss March in. Dude, he's thinking about it. Just toss him in there to get that rune. I believe in you. No, they're just gonna walk in instead. Try and contest for it. Cuckoo, they throw out the Nature's Grass, but quick fingers, Cuckoo gets it. GeekFam. Look like they're gonna be able to pick up at least 2 of them there. So looks like Alk will only end up with 2.
They're running an aggressive lane. What's going on? Oh no, PL is gonna TP back top. Sand King has Sandstorm at level 1. Not so good in a tri lane. You'd rather have stun. Okay, never mind.
That's fine. So I just checked real quickly. The last time that March played Veno in a competitive match was 2014, I think. So it's been a little while. 6 years, you know, since the last time we played it. No big problem at all. But the hero hasn't changed that much. I'm sure it's fine. Oh wow, and actually 2019 February was the last time they played it in a pub. Jeez.
Wow, Detective Gabe.
I'm on the case. Ready to let you guys know what's happening. So yeah, Cuckoo gonna have that Sandstorm at level 1. They're gonna toss the tree back, and Zephyr's gonna take a bit of a beating as he heads off the other direction, and all those treants nearby him getting hit by his own kind.
Isn't he like the father?
Yeah. It's a very on-theme lane down here, you know? Nature's Prophet, Treant, they're all around.
And you need a monkey on top of them.
There you go. Monkey King. So, you know, it's interesting because when we ended the last game, we talked about these ideas of greed and stuff. One thing we didn't mention too much was the fact that it was Cuckoo playing mid last time on the Doom. And now they're giving Carl a chance to play on this hero as well. I was wondering if they were going to like do the old switcheroo, but I guess that, you know, Cuckoo being the Sand King player and all, it's a bit of a switch up.
I think Carl shouldn't play the side lane. Like if it's an official game. I don't think he's that comfortable yet. It's gonna take some time before you can just rotate around. Really, everyone is aware that, I mean, Cuckoo used to be a mid player, right? So probably it's he doesn't feel the need that he needs to practice mid again, because he just needs to play some games and he'll be okay. But for someone that has never played off lane before, it's a huge challenge, you know, if you have to just swap lanes like this.
It's true. It's an incredibly difficult thing to do. Just all of the timings and everything, particularly coming from mid to that other role. But I guess Cuckoo's just sort of been that very versatile player forever. I mean, you know, playing position 5 for a while as well. Tim's going to take a bit of a beating back from Zephyr. There's not really any great way for Cuckoo to get involved, and Tim's might be in trouble, but they, well, aren't going to be able to bring him down quite in time, and instead it's Armel that's beating down Zephyr. One more punch from the trio was almost enough, but they couldn't quite get there as he did pop the Fairy Fire afterwards. Now Cuckoo scuttling away on his Sand King.
Yeah, because he doesn't have stun. I think right now it's very important that you get Caustic for the lane. You have Burrow Strike and Caustic for the lane, and then level 3 to 5 you can get your Sandstorm. It's stronger that way. But maybe he feels like he needs the Sandstorm to deal with, because he took the Sandstorm during the Bounty Run Scuffle.
Right.
And he feels like he needs it to deal with the Treants. But I feel like 1 point Caustic and 1 point stun is also a pretty good way of dealing with it. Let's see what does he go for, because I don't think you need more points in the Caustic right now. 1 point is suffice.
Now one thing we did also see is Cuckoo's going to get surrounded a little bit down bottom here. Carl in the mid lane was able to find the Harpy Stormcrafter, and he's got the Chain Lightning that he's kind of been spamming consistently onto Gabby right now. An 18-10 versus the 13-8 from Gabby. It's a really huge amount of nuke damage for not that much mana cost.
Structures are fortified.
Yeah, he's not a hero that has a lot of mana initially, but as he needs to. Right, is he actually there? Alright. Alright, that's a rune, but none of these heroes care for the power rune.
First blood.
They're going to be able to find the quick kill into KP. So a lot of sort of scuffles going on around the map, but that first blood going to be claimed now by Mr. Raven.
Very, very nice for the PR to get a head start this game. I would say that he's still the strongest hero, the strongest core in this game. Elk is just trying to outpace him, or as a matter of fact, maybe buy ags for his team at some point. They do have some nice ags. The bench, the Beano. Not sure about the tiny ags if you are support. Maybe if you have a lot of items, sure. Bounty runes. Elk wants some money.
Armel tried to come to contest it, but it will not be able to happen. So it's still just going to end up being a trade-off there. And Whitemon actually able to move back and sneak one of them away as well. So Alk, I think, only ends with one bounty rune.
He's going to kill himself. Buy boots. Buy boots. Does he already have boots? Oh, you don't lose that much money? Okay.
I think he hasn't gotten any CS yet, so it's all reliable gold.
He did move the last game too. He went in here and he placed a ward. He's doing this every game. He's very conscious about getting the runes and placing wards. And mid lane, here comes the catapult wave, and here comes the gank. Kenny is here.
Kenny gets tossed back underneath tower, and Kenny in a little bit of trouble. The damage comes through. They do manage to get the kill into Tim's though instead, and now the Gale lands on a Carl, but Gabby can't really do that much more. March is going to try and see if he can make something happen, but with Devour working and a Mango in hand and Fairy Fire as well, Carl will not be brought down.
That is some good Dota right there. Catapult wave, both supports are responding towards it. One of them dying, but Doom is again having 3 points in Devour, so gonna scale really well. And top lane PL kills the bench once again. It is not good news, man. This is very, very bad news for TNC if this PL is getting so much out of the lane.
Yeah, it's a terrifying proposition. I mean, granted, they do have the Nature's Prophet down bottom, who's going to get aggro here onto Cuckoo, and does have a chance for a right-click finish. Punch comes through and they get him. But Nature's Prophet is not Phantom Lancer. Neil is very spooky.
So he's gonna need maybe a Mjolnir. He's gonna need a lot of items to deal with the PL, and hopefully the Radiance on Elk too. The other heroes are taking back in the PL.
They find KP yet again. TP on cooldown, and KP goes down. Whitemon starting to get burned. With Armel rotating in, they might be able to do something more. Raven, it's going to eat through a lot of those trance damage, but it does look like Armel is eventually going to be able to be shuttered away as Zephyr is trying to buy a little bit of space. The Sprout, the punch, and the kill. And now Raven trying to kill off Armel. Can he get it? One more punch is all he needs, but it won't be there.
Good
now
TP.
March is getting faced around, but Tim's making the move. Avalanche trying to find the toss afterwards, and will get it with the punch. Not quite enough. Needs to be able to pick the right one, and he does find him, but can't dive under tower. Nature's Prophet TP again? No. 10 seconds away.
Attack. Dire's top tower.
Yeah, you can see the power. Nature's Prophet plus tiny rotations and the Vino. They are very, very strong at the early game.
Radiant
GeekFam's
structures
lineup
are
is again, they have more scaling potential. They are playing to defend their towers with the Sand King and the Treant, and the Radiant is playing to attack the towers. But at the same time, they have this elk, you know. The last time when they had this route, they don't really have like any late game security. This time they have the elk.
Right. That's something that will definitely be able to set them apart. Potentially. I mean, again, it's still a question of like if PL gets huge, it's still going to be hard, but it's something at least. It's not a razor.
It's definitely not a race.
Yeah. Treant just scouting out Gabby's movements. Ooh, could have stolen the shovel, but Alk is going to be able to pick that up. That's like the dream Alk thing, but he runs into Carl. And Carl now able to dodge away from the avalanche. I was wondering if he was going to turn around for the doom there with crap afterwards, but with the ulti already going on Gabby, it's a little bit of a dangerous proposition. Instead, they're going to find Carl yet again. Zephyr trying to turn this fight now on the Tims. Secondary toss back the other direction, and Carl is going to have to retreat yet again. But KP, he has the stun, doesn't quite have level 6. Armel makes the rotation over, and they punish Carl. Not anticipating the quick movement in from Armel.
Where's the bench even here? The Vandal's falling top, the bench is rotating.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
This is what I like about KP. He understands that when he needs to be a support, when his actual supports are playing core heroes.
Right. It's a big play.
Yeah,
I get Zephyr yet again. Zephyr!
Wow.
Just goes down. Gabby gets the kill. And it's again, KP just sticking around.
Thank you for the money. Money for the
is under attack.
10-minute runes. Let's see if Dyer can once again claim 3 runes. KP is going to be the rune stealer this time.
Yeah. He is going to be in position, it looks like. So a trade-off.
Sanking.
Cuckoo. Not going to get there. So it's again 2 for 2.
2 for 2 is great.
Where's the trusty shovel? Who's got that one right now?
I have it at home.
You have the trusty shovel out.
Yeah. I need to dig up some fish ponds, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm with you.
Dyer's top tower
I still don't know what that's all about, if I'm gonna be honest. But it's okay, I don't need to. So Armel,
if you come to Malaysia, you will know.
Okay, next time I'm over there. It's gonna be a while. I don't know if you heard, but there's this stuff going on all around the world right now. It's kind of making it hard to travel.
When you heard Malaysia is one of the safest places.
Well, Armel is gonna get chased on down here, Raven. They do have Fire Blast available. Oh, but they won't quite be able to get into range there on the Nature's Prophet. Is available for him, and they're going to pop it now. Wrath of Nature, TP coming in from Tims. Looking for an opening, but there is no chance.
The Treant has no points in armor. Okay, I thought he's the tower
Dyer's
defender.
middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom
Doing
tower
damage
is under
dealing
attack.
Treant. So what, Veil? Still trying to build Veil? Hammer? I've seen this from him. I've seen this from him the last time. In top lane, he was
Dyer's structures are
trying to
fortified.
pressure a tower for some rotation. They almost got the tower, but Radiant is responding in time
Radiant's
to hold
bottom
it.
tower is under attack.
And they're gonna
Radiant's
still get the
tower
bottom
is
tier 1.
fallen.
Okay. So a trade-off of towers, sort of, at least for bottom there, and they did lose their mid tower on GeekFam, which is a pretty big loss. Sort of the power of this March build, 1, 2, 3, just maxing out those wards to take down buildings. And
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is the classic annoying Venomancer build.
Whitemon avalanche toss. Armel shows up. They find the kill, and Zephyr, he's getting punched. They do have another wave of terror soon, but it looks like he is going to be able to get out of there. Although they have a swap, so has to be careful about his movement. Man, KP's builds are cool.
They just need to defend their towers. You don't like the Wave Band? Yeah, it's strong.
No, they look really cool.
A lot of people are doing this in pubs. You get 2 or 3 Wave Bands with the threads, so you farm and you fight very well. Some games you max the aura, some games you don't, depending on what heroes you have. If you have a lot more strength heroes, I think it's good to max the aura.
Right.
On top of that, range heroes are fine too. You can abuse the attack range. But I think some games you will see players max the wave of terror or the stun. So there are definitely a lot of ways for you to play the hero, and they're gonna smoke to bot lane, trying to clear out their jungle. They don't see anyone, so they suspect something's going on. They should know something's going on right now because they don't see anyone bottom.
Gabby's gonna head back underneath that ward again. That's where they sound at the beginning. And an ulti was just wearing out now as well. Can they get in the lane? Epicenter chase down. They got him in time. Now Carl diving back by the tier 3 tower. Tims tosses Waymond over. March is running away, able to get out of there for the moment. Now the rotation's coming from the rest of TNC trying to make up for what they lost before Doom comes out. Swap pulls him in a little bit closer, and Armel is just a monster through this, but
Radiant's
in the
middle
end,
tower
they
is
do
under
end up
attack.
trading 3 for 2. The Venge Illusion still trying to
Worth.
scout things out. Tim's
Worth.
be able to catch up.
They got
Dyer's
Elk.
top
See you later,
tower
That's
is
all
under
that
attack.
matters right now for them. And Diffuser's online for the Phantom Lancer. Time to fight.
Alk is just about to finish right now his Radiance in the
Yeah,
next
he
couple of trees.
would have had the Radiance if they didn't get him there.
Yeah.
That was a big kill.
Bounty rune for KP. Able to get a little lucky with the shovel.
You say bounty room for KP, it's more like bounty room for the elk.
It's true. It's definitely the way it is. And up top, they're trying to, again, close in on this tower and see if they can take it down. Sandstorm from Cuckoo. Tim's. He was invis. And Cuckoo somehow gets that burrow strike out. Blinks away afterwards.
He didn't manage to get the toss on the Sand King. I think he would have been able to kill the tower. Get the tower. They got the tower.
Rotation. Yeah, Armel gets it, and they'll just lose KP again. The Venge is light. So we've seen time and again.
Bounty runes. Bounty runes is life, man. Get your bounty runes.
March, trying to get it. A little quicker on the takeout, but they do have more wards laid down. Gabby throws the stun. Zephyr making the rotation back around the other way. He's got overgrowth available. So they
Radiant's
will
top
give it
tower
back.
is under attack.
The dude managed to get the rune bot. Okay. Very nice. So otherwise, it would have been 3 bounty runes for the elk.
Radiant's top
Going
tower
for
is
Halbert.
Do you like the pace of the game so far for TNC? I'm a little worried that Raven's gotten everything that he wanted so far in this game. I've seen this guy solo carry before.
The elk is still gonna be, I think, faster than him. He's gonna, like, I feel like he needs to get one more item that he can fight better. Radiance is good at dealing with the PL Radiance. And they get a pick off on teams. He was just trying to place, I think he was just trying to place an observer around the bounty rune area to scout their movements, but pays the
Dyer's
price.
bottom tower is
Nature's
under
Pop is trying
attack.
to get a trade off at the bot lane. And Trian is coming to set up. He has overgrowth.
Radiant structures are
Could be a nice
fortified.
pickup there.
Dyer's
They can
bottom
manage to
tower
find
is under
Armel.
attack.
Yeah.
He's been
Armel
one of the main
takes
people
Radiant's
making
middle
some
tower is
space, and
under
the root
attack.
is there with the Nature's Grasp afterwards. Has the TP, but with the Infernal Blade used and Cuckoo on top of him, Armel will die. Back towards mid.
4 heroes.
Yeah.
Is that the hero you want to kill? I'm not very sure.
Oh, and it's actually the Sand King that goes the Veil instead. He's got it completed.
Trian is getting a dagger. Dagger rush on Trian. Haven't seen that in a long time. It's always either the, nowadays I always see like either Veil or Hammer.
Right. Yeah, and like seeing also the PL go back now for instead the Hooded Defiance. Feeling like it's more important that he can just sort of survive all the magical damage that they've got with Avatos and Magic Missile and Wrath of Nature and Veno and Al. It's just terrifying. So 10-9, but it is that point in the game now where Alchemist is starting to get online. He's got the Sange available. Do you think that they need to try and make moves with this if you're TNC, or are you comfortable just sort of like farming?
No, you can trade. You can trade until I think the next bounty run and the elk gets another item. I think once he finishes his halberd, it feels like he's gonna still need like the some BKB or Manta or something to remove the Trian ulti to allow him to fight better. Also, I feel like this Radiance doesn't really allow him to, and Halberd doesn't really allow him to fight so well yet until he gets one more item. And the PL, I would argue that he fights better than the elk right now. With the Diffuser hood, he's stronger also.
Okay. It's interesting. It does oftentimes feel like Alka's just this like terrifying monster that's running at you, but I guess that, you know, as his mana's gone, he's just gonna eventually get beaten down to death anyway.
No, not entirely about the mana. It's just they can kill him with magic damage. Sand King and the Trian. So he needs like BKB to be able to run in a fight. Whereas the PL, the way you play PL is like in the team fight, you're just in and out with your illusions, right? So you don't need as much items to be effective in the fights because you can always wait till the later portion to come in with your real hero to finish the fight off. That's why it's easier for you to fight. That's why he uses the network better than the
I think that this ward was just scouted as well by GeekFam. So they're going to be able to get the D ward pretty quickly there. March, a little frustrated about it, I'm sure. And he'll continue to use that network very effectively. Farming up creeps. That's where he wants to be.
Yeah, Trian has the stone. That's great for him. He's gonna need to be rich this game because it's gonna be a long game. A long game.
He has the stone? Where is it? Oh, is it coming out as courier right now? Nice. Oh, that's a great one. Again, stun to the real one, but Gale comes through on the 2. KP dead. Illusion's still alive. Carl thinking about dropping that Doom. Sets the sun the other way. March goes down by range. And now return to Doom. Out in a ton of trouble. Toss him away. Try and keep him alive. He still has regen going. That's going to be enough to keep him up. Wow, big save there. With all that stuff in the area, Tim's found his man and got him out.
Yeah, he would have died. I mean, that's what I'm saying, right? The PL fights better against the L in the clashes right now with this set of items, even though the L is richer, because he's vulnerable to dying towards the magic damage. But his good old pal Tiny saving his life.
Really
that's a very, very crucial moment in the game. If the L died there, it would have been so huge for the defense squad.
Didn't Toss used to like pick a random unit? Isn't that the one random do? Oh,
random unit. Yeah, it's still a random. It's still a random unit. But
that's the closest one, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, it's not exactly random. It's like I don't know how to explain it, but you can control which unit you're tossing by positioning your hero. It's always the one towards the left, I think. I'm not exactly sure of the mechanics, but it's something like that. You can try it. You can try it later game. Maybe Tiny off thing would be your thing.
Maybe. I can dream. But maybe some tiny airlines for people.
Yeah. Piss me off in your game. Don't you piss me off.
Carl is gonna get stunned there. Ignite's starting to go out. March throws the Gale, slows him down. Tim's again gonna go for the self-initiation. Stun there onto 2 Gabby. I don't know if you want to be here that much more. He doesn't have his ulti anymore, and they are able to kill off 2 instantly. Armel now trying to get the TP out. Do they have anything to break it? No. So they lose the Veno and the Venge, and Roche still very low. I mean, if GeekFam go and check this, they might be able to take it themselves.
Perfect.
He called it. It's really low. Tim's avalanche up on the high ground. Fire blast afterwards. 2 times stun. The toss forward does manage to find 1 kill. Armel shows back up. Zephyr goes to the overgrowth, trying to keep him under control. Gabby's there, kills him off. KP dead yet again, as has happened time and again. But they're gonna run back into the pit, maybe? With Cuckoo and the rest of them coming in, I think that's off limits. And now GeekFam have an opportunity to go and finish Roche themselves. Is it a little bit of a bait, though? There are a lot of heroes nearby, and, well, Carl runs in afterwards. They're trying desperately to come on in and contest this one. They have the trees down, but it's going to be a jump. Look at Carl yet again. Self-stun afterwards. Beautifully played, as they are going to control the out and bring him down. Ages to boot for Raven. Huge play from GeekFam.
Oh, that was a very, very key moment in the game right there for GeekFam. As of right now, they have taken full control of the game. Out dying, didn't finish his BKB, bench died back in that fight. They need this bench to get a pipe or something, you know, there's just too much magic damage. Too much.
Oh no, Carl. From Pog to lull. No, he's gonna be fine. He's out of there. Carl's been playing really well this game. For how rough it was looking before, he's been having a really solid game number 2 here. And March gonna get brought down again. Raven, godlike, at 21 minutes. He has had a flawless game.
You have Elk on your team and you're behind. That's the worst nightmare for the Elk. I mean, right now the PL is just going to be unstoppable in the team
Radiant's
fights.
bottom tower
They are going
is
to
under
need
attack.
to weather the storm. They have to wait out these Aegis, continue to get some more items on the Elk. Like right now, even if he gets his BKB, he needs to get one more item because the timing has already passed.
Dire's top tower
That's why I was
is under
really worried
attack.
about him buying the Halberd. I think he needed to go
Radiant's
Radiant's
bottom
BKB.
tower is under attack.
Because without the BKB, you don't fight against your heroes. You actually can't fight.
Well, I think that everybody kind of is liking this new halberd because of the self HP regen and lifesteal amp that you get on it, particularly on Alchemist, which is amazing. But like you said, it doesn't make up for BKB. And they find him yet again. Marches down. Zephyr able to claim that kill, and now Gabby cannot afford to die again. Caught under control. Cuckoo trying to chase. Oh, KP trying to save his life, swaps him out, and throws the stun afterwards. As many bodies as can be claimed. They burrow strike in, gonna find Armel, kill him off, even though they did end up losing Cuckoo, and then another
Radiant's
one goes
middle
down
tower
as Tim is going to die, but Gabby at the very least was able to get out. Still though, doesn't have a TP, doesn't have a way to get back. Yeah, this is tough.
Feels like we're nearing the end here. With GeekFam just taking total control of the game. I think they have one more fight in them. TNC has one more fight with the BKB on the Elk. If that fight doesn't work, I think it's just straight up GG for them. We need to figure out how to smoke, maybe fight under their vision. They have to kill this. I think this Doom and this Trian are just doing a lot in the fights. They have to try and kill them. Even the Sand King as well, he's a big deterrent with all the AoE damage, the pipe, the bill.
Dude, look at this guy. He just killed him in front of the tier 3 towers.
I mean, this is the downside of how he played the game. He didn't really try to play for himself, but he was rotating earlier, right, to help the Elk. He was rotating to help the other players. But then after the Roche fight, where he had to use his buyback and he died again, I think he completely lost his game. Like, he has no more game already. Like, I feel like this game, even though he's a bench, he actually needed to have at least like a pipe, or something to help the team. Just one item. Because he's completely useless right now.
He's trying to get towards that Vlad's, which, is something at the very least, and gives people some life steal when they're going to be doomed. Alk does have that BKB like you're talking about, queuing up the AC afterwards. Does anybody have a pipe, actually? No, nobody has anything. This is just really, really hard to play the game right now.
Doom has a pipe.
Other team, I meant, for TNC.
I know.
A pipe for TNC.
I know.
Okay, got it. You're trying to mess with me, Winter. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Can you not use the word try? I'm literally messing with you. I wasn't even trying.
That's fair. That's fair enough. Well, this is one of those things that happens. You look like you're prepping for this game, and GeekFam just feel to have a really good read on how to play this patch at the beginning, and they're just a really solid team in general. They're looking good.
They are playing some good Dota, man. Just good Dota.
Yeah. Dang.
Radiant
9,000 gold lead against the Alchemist, and Raven, I thought he was doppelgangering up to the high ground. I'm not gonna lie to you right there. I thought he was going to the base. But in the meantime, Armel, he knows what he needs to do. Just on the other side of the map, continuing to farm and buy as much space as he possibly can for his team and get into those items that he needs as well. He needs his BKB also.
Yep, pick up some Mounturians for yourself, for the Elk. And swap to Mounturians. Seems like Radiant is not going to respond there. Maybe they can kill a lonely Kenny here. They're all alone trying to pick up the
Dire just
Mounturian.
scanned him though. Dire scanned him. And they know. Oh, Zephyr. He's going to blink down bottom afterwards. If he wants to.
Kenny, man, the ninja.
Oh,
Kenny,
dude,
the
they're
ninja.
getting over here. Gabby's farming. Oh no, it's like a car crash. Watch it happen and unfold before your eyes. They're chasing. KP's there. They find themselves another. Doom got his eyes on March. Everywhere you look, there are people dying. Do they get the bash on Gabby? Trying to find it. He does manage to get the TP completed.
Your first BKB of the game to run away.
Oh. Well, at least they got a bounty.
Let us skirmish. Friends,
Yep,
let us
you're not wrong.
skirmish.
They got one bounty, one measly bounty. And hopefully the bench is gonna dig up another bounty. Someone else is gonna dig up another one. The Venno.
Yeah, Venom's still dead though. As soon as you come on, get to digging.
Bounty runes, nice!
Hey!
Nice!
There you go, March. That's what they needed. More time is also what they need right now, it feels like, on the side of TNC.
If you are asking for more time, you're also
Radiant's
giving
top
the PR
tower
more
is
time.
under attack.
Giving the Doom more time. Are you happy? Not sure.
Radiant
I think you sound like you're sure, Winter. I'm not gonna lie to you. You sound very sure of yourself. I think you have no idea what you think.
Are
I
fortified.
didn't say anything.
Yeah.
You can think what you want. I'm not saying anything.
Well, 14 to 23, and right now, every time they leave the base, GeekFam are ready and waiting to jump them. March goes out, lays down some plague wards, then the back away afterwards, and Armel back to farming the ancients. That's what he needs to do.
They are farming ancients at least,
Yeah.
so they still have a
Radiant's
chance.
top tower is under attack.
If the Nature's Prophet is not doing what he's doing, this game is like gonna be over
Yeah.
soon. Now they have something. There is the line, the silver lining of a hope that you see in the horizon. You see that hope that keeps you going.
Neutral items too. That's a pretty
Radiant's
nice
top
little
tower
pickup
is
along
under
the way. So we got some Titan Silver the Gates got as well. Spider legs for the Alk.
Let's be real.
Paladin sword.
Let's be real. They need more than those items.
Yeah. No, it's true. They need a lot more.
They need eggs on Venom, eggs on Venge, eggs on Nature's Prophet, eggs on Tiny with a Daedalus, Rapier.
Well, Tiny is going to be found right now. And Carl is going to be there for the cleanup afterwards. They get the kill.
He cleared the wave. Oh, he tried, man. He tried to take out the creep wave.
Now, they do ping. KP is over nearby, and I think that they're going to be able to hunt him down pretty soon here. Raven shows on the map, but let's see if KP... Yeah, his TP's out.
He's the creep right now.
You know the answer, though. If Alp does give Tiny Ags, that's the way to reveal the Treant. Know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Just to reveal the tree. Take down all the trees. Kill all the trees. Deforestation.
Oh my god. Swapping Gabby. That kept him alive. KP was so close to death, but they didn't want to initiate on Gabby underneath the tower. March finds Zephyr. Carl as well. Throws out the ulti. March throwing down a bunch of plague wards. Is this where they want to fight? Now they're running up high ground into vision, but is it going to work? Stun there on it too. Turning to try and fight. Avalanche taunt. The combo comes out, but the Mule Scepter keeps you up in survival. There's the mute afterwards. Oh, it's the Nature's Prophet. So BKB is going, and there's the buybacks. They need a hell of a lot of them because they've already lost 30. Doom is dropping down lower and lower, and they eventually kill off the Sand King as well. But the turn now onto Gabby, and with the chase. Oh no, the turnaround though, he's missile blade. They find the Tiny, he bought back, and he is going to die back. An ultra kill for Raven. Nothing at all is going to be able to stop him as March is chased. There's one rampage, looking for a second one after as well. And as emphatically as you can possibly say it, Raven is beyond godlike. What a player. He's had it perfectly 18-0-5 on this PL.
That's what you call a carry, boys.
Unreal. Raven
Radiant's
doing
middle tower
everything.
is falling.
Ending right here with a double
Radiant's middle
rampage,
barracks
and
are under attack.
with everybody dead for at least another 20 or so seconds, they're going to jump forward onto KP. Raven trying to make it 20-0 because
Radiant's middle
I feel like
barracks
he
are
needs some type of new award. 20-5 on a PL. This man is insane.
Radiant's middle barracks is
How
falling.
much did he live this game? Tell me again.
How much did he live?
Yeah, live.
Radiant's middle
How much weight did he
barracks
lift?
is falling.
20 kilos?
Something like that. I don't know metric, but it was a lot. It was a whole heck of a lot.
Seeds of fortune.
Oh, Raven. What a player. Armel, in the meantime, gonna try and get the bounty runes, but they find him yet again. Armel trying to TP out. Abyssal Blade shows up. Could it be anybody else? Armel will eventually die. Raven gets another kill. I don't know what to say. Like, he's just what are you gonna do against this guy? Like, he just got a paladin sword on top of everything else now as well.
I mean, the thing is like their first 4 heroes not good against PR. I mean, that's the issue, and they didn't ban the PR in the second phase.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You're not wrong. And I think that you were talking about earlier, the carry that carries the hardest is the one that's going to win the game, and they are doing it. And GeekFam now tipping March. Come on, man. Why you got to do that?
Dire's top tower
Because they
is under
can.
attack.
Yeah, it's true.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Unreal.
Yeah, so it seems like if you have the harder, I mean, if you have the harder carry, it's always like a lot easier to play the game.
Is under attack.
Yeah. Wow. And he's doing 4 shots.
Doom is the key hero also. Like, Doom is a very important hero right now in the meta. He's very strong. Very, very strong.
Radiant's bottom barracks
Yeah,
are
he
under
goes down as well. GG and good luck is the call as TNC get walloped here. In game number 2, GeekFam looking so good. This team is well on their way, and I think if you're a Fnatic right now, you gotta be starting to think, what are we gonna do against this dude?